Drop dubs, hit routes, so yeah, we on the move. From the paint to the pocket, got nothing to prove. Precision in the pass, rhythm in the run. Every play, every day, till the work is done. Yeah. Step on the field, I'm reading the D. Eyes wide open, ain't fooling me. Pump fake, sidestep. I'm breaking the press from baseline to sideline. I'm bringing my best. Snap back, quick glance. I'm calling the play. Hoop dreams and touchdowns. I'm making my way. No look behind the back. Fred in the scene. Every angle, every shout. I'm chasing a dream. Drop times, hit routes in the deep, no doubt. From the field to the hardwood, hear the crowd shout. Pass it, dish it, through traffic. We find.
What is up, everybody? Appreciate you for tuning in. We are back with another fun episode of Passion and Precision. Look, we got a lot to talk about. I have the draft up right now. We got playoffs going on. We got trade rumors with AJ Brown. We got obviously Vrabel and Russini, blah blah. And we got Final Burn to wrap it all up. But before we get into all that, obviously got to bring in co-hosts. Jory, how are you doing tonight?
I am okay. I've been mildly irritated all week, and I have a lot to say.
Okay. All right. Yeah, look, it's for NFL fans, this is obviously a big weekend, we'll say. Even though, back in the day, the last day of the draft used to be on Sunday. Now the final day is Saturday. I think it's pretty good. Pretty good change. What's up, Kerm? How you doing? One thing I gotta say. So, what is the one thing? You got me intrigued now. Yeah. So for NFL fans, this is that opportunity to kind of get back into NFL mode a little bit. You're getting the new college guys onto your team. Come Saturday night, everybody will be saying whether their team won or not. And I think for the most part, I feel like a lot of teams are doing okay. There are some picks that Jory and I will get into that have been a little head scratching. Danhausen is roasting Stephen A on the Knicks. Oh yeah, I don't know if you saw that, Jory, but the wrestler went on to ESPN when they were doing the whole WrestleMania stuff. And his gimmick is he curses people, and he put a curse on Stephen A. And now we've seen the Knicks play. I'm just saying. I wonder if Stephen A remembers that, because that might explain a lot to him. But yeah, so last night was round one. Like I said, I got round two up right here next to me. Mainly looking to see the Patriots do something. Oscar Delp, I'm putting it out there. If they can draft him in the third round, I'd be happy. But Jory, looking at round one last night, which if you missed it, we did do a live stream watch along. Very entertaining. So if you didn't watch it, even though it would be kind of old with it being round one, go back and watch it anyway. You'll be pleasantly surprised at some of the conversations that were had on air. I was on there. Jory was on there as well. But Jory,
a 25-minute argument about Will Levis.
Yeah, yes, which highlighted the night. But yeah, so what are some of your thoughts on round one? I know you're going to work your team in. Let me know what you think about your team's draft so far.
So far, they've done well.
Mm-hmm.
I do appreciate them trading back into the first round to get an edge rusher. I like Ford. Me and him are seeing eye to eye right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the Cardinals are doing.
Yeah.
They drafted Carson Beck.
Well, I mean, they do need a quarterback. So I will say that. I guess if you're a Cardinals fan, is do you go through, I guess, a season of Jacoby Brissett and then try your luck next year at the quarterback? Or do you take Carson Beck if he's high on your board? I know Nick Saban, because I've been watching the ABC
Hmm.
broadcast, and Nick Saban loves Carson Beck. He even said
Why?
Carson Beck almost went to Alabama.
That's why. Okay.
And he said he thinks Carson Beck could be a good NFL quarterback. Which, if the Cardinals think that, then cool. I'm not a Carson Beck guy. I know you're not either. So we'll have to see. I don't know. I get why they did it. I'm just not sold on the guy.
Me either. I'm like, if Carson Beck wound up in Tuscaloosa, I would have had a fit.
Right.
I would have had a fit. Thank God that didn't happen. Um, the Giants. How many linebackers in the first round do you need?
They have to
What's
be
the
telling
point?
they have to be telling us that. Well, no, because now obviously they're saying like Thibodeau is not going anywhere. But unless you're going to move some of these guys to new positions, how are you going to get them all out there on the field at once? Maybe that's good. Maybe that is what's going to make the Giants interesting this season.
And then
Hmm.
Harbaugh at the press conference, we're going to keep all the good players. Shut your ass up. Like, what? Um, I like what the Dolphins did,
Yeah,
unfortunately. Um, who else was questionable? The Jets. Do they even know what to do?
that's the weird thing. There are people who like what the Jets are doing, and then there are people who don't like it. It's like there's like no middle ground with them.
I don't
Because
get it.
I wrote down the Jets as a team that, at least just based off the first round, taking David Bailey number 2, a guy I do like, but his weakness is against the run. You're in a division where you have James Cook, you have Devin Achane, you have Travion Henderson, and I think those three. Well, I guess New England, Buffalo offensive lines are either put them as good or improved. Miami's we'll see. But if I know Bailey's over there and he struggles setting the edge and stuff like that, that might be a point of attack against Miami. And to have a guy like that number 2 overall, yeah, I don't know.
Who else made a questionable decision? Well,
Mm-hmm.
the Falcons could have used a first round pick, but they traded for a crash dummy.
Right.
I like what the Chiefs did. I don't know what was going on with these Eagles Cowboys trades. I hate the fact that Caleb Downs went to Dallas because now we got to hear Jerry Mount.
Yeah. Jerry and Cowboys alums everywhere will be celebrating that pick for sure.
But you know what? One thing that I'm really glad did not happen is Ruben Dane did not fall to Baltimore. That would have been
Mm-hmm.
insufferable. I would
Yeah.
have been mad as hell. I'm like,
But look, if Ravens fans wanted him, he was available. He went the pick after to a place I think absolutely works for him.
mm-hmm.
He should be good in Todd Bowles' system. The Bucks are a team that kind of just need to get younger, especially on defense. So I think it's a great fit there. I mean,
I'm
Baltimore did
like,
take a guard, which was a need.
yeah, because they had Fale
Yep.
for 5 seasons. And you wonder why you didn't go nowhere for 5 seasons.
he might be lucky he lasted that long.
Mm-hmm.
But
No,
hey,
he's in New York with Harbaugh.
he gets to join Evan Neal in New York.
The more I think about that, the more y'all bring that up, the more I just get so freaking mad. Because why do you? What's the point of putting trash next to trash? They don't cancel each other out. Not in the offensive line.
Hoping one looks like less trash than the other. I
No, you're gonna get. They're gonna get dark killed.
Well, look, if they wanted to change Jackson Dart's way of play, where because sometimes with his scrambling, he does get a little reckless and try to take defenders on. With as leaky as those guards might be, he might be forced to throw the ball away and change the way.
Hmm.
Because if he tries scrambling around too much, he's gonna get hit up the middle. Absolutely, with either one of them out there.
Much less both. And if you're
Yeah,
ever in the predicament where both of them are out there, just start tanking, bro.
I mean, if you're a
Because you're
guard
not
in
gonna be able to
college,
get nothing done.
if you're a guard sitting there waiting to hear your name called, you kind of want the Giants to call your name because there's a good chance you could start right away.
Hmm. Let's the Eagles do Eagles things.
Mm-hmm.
The- I don't know why the Steelers even thought about calling Makai Lemon 2 picks ahead when
Yeah,
you know how it and somehow Howie Roseman got wind of that.
I always
That
wonder how
oh
that
you doing
works.
that? I said oh you doing that? I got you. Bet.
Yeah.
Oop whoop. I'm like
Ry-
damn.
Ryan Clark hasn't let it go either.
I'm like damn. But I feel like if he were to go to Pittsburgh, he'd just turn into one of the other Pittsburgh nutcases. So I'm kind of glad.
Yeah, and Pittsburgh did get was it Denzel Boston, I believe. They traded up in the second round to get him, so they did get a wide
And the
receiver.
Bengals, the
Mm-hmm.
Bengals. I feel like y'all could have used that number 10 pick, but I see why you traded it for Dexter Lawrence.
Yeah.
At the same time, y'all could have gotten back in the first round. The Titans did it.
That's kind of going to be like the $1 million question. I guess Lawrence is in Cincinnati for what 2 seasons or so.
3.
Yeah, three. Right. So over the course of that time, is there somebody that they would have taken at number 10 that might have more impact than Dexter Lawrence? Because Dexter Lawrence last season wasn't great. He had like half a sack, 30 tackles. 2024, he had 9 sacks. So if they get 2024 Dexter Lawrence for 3 seasons, then yeah, you probably don't really care about that 10th pick because it's a draft, it's a shot in the dark anyway. But if he's like half, 1.5 sacks, yeah, you might look around the league and be like, well, we could have had that guy at number 10 instead of Dexter Lawrence.
I get why they did it, but I'm like, well,
Yeah, probably to save face in front of their fans.
I was hoping Cleveland drafted another quarterback.
Hey, the night is still young.
Watch them do it.
Well, I mean, let's see. Mendoza, Simpson, and Beck are the only ones to go. I guess Nussmeyer would be the next one to get drafted. Yeah, something tells me that they are going to take somebody.
I will be watching Twitter for when that happens.
Right. Yeah, I'm not sure where their next pick is because that would be probably the moment to. Because third round, if they want to take a shot. Because so far, I think they've taken. Haven't they taken like 2 wide receivers?
I think so.
Yeah, I think they took Concepcion and the other wide receiver was somebody I was kind of looking at potentially for New England. But what's going on, Sijin? I mean, look, those of you watching, if you want to, I guess, drop a comment on your team's draft, greatly appreciated, or just your thoughts on the draft in general.
They
Okay,
keep
Bengals.
messing up these kids' names, and I don't like it.
Yeah, look, some of them, I get it. Like, I feel bad for some of like the former players who go up and announce their like former team's pick. It's like they give them the worst name to do it with, and I'm just like, feel for you. But
Like the Chiefs, I know Jamal Charles that 1 year he really wanted to read that, but
mhm,
they set him up to fail.
yeah, like I'm sure somebody tells them how to say it right before they go out there, but with all the energy when they walk out, those players aren't remembering that. Okay, Curran likes what the Cowboys did. All right,
Of course he did.
yeah,
Um, yeah, that's all my comments. I will tidbit.
okay. Um, let's see. Yeah, so I mean, obviously you talked about them, but I did like what Tennessee's done with Carnell Tate. Makes a lot of sense with a big armed quarterback like Ward, Falk. Basically just coming off that edge with that defensive line that already before adding Falk looked like they could be a little bit scary. Just got a little bit better, and then
They're
I
huge.
love. Hmm? Yes,
They're huge.
they are a huge group as well, which that's going to be intimidating enough. I really love that Anthony Hill pick in the second round, moving up to get him because he's a linebacker that's very athletic, moves around and all that. And I think for a Robert Saleh defense, I feel like he'll have so much fun just kind of game planning for different quarterbacks, moving guys around and stuff like that. So I think yeah, I think it's going to be great.
Fast and violent.
Yes.
That's the mantra. Fast and violent.
Somebody just took Oscar Delp. That's who I wanted. It's all right. Actually,
Oh, this damn Lakers. They pissed me off. They had a 15-point lead.
all right. So look, even with that, which like we'll get to the playoffs in a little bit, but like sometimes the worry is when you hear the other team's star player, you're up 2-0, you're back on your home floor. Sometimes the I don't know, aggression, you kind of pull back a little bit, but the Eagles took Oscar Delp. Of course they did.
Of course they did.
That's a good pick for them.
Like they need any more wide receivers.
Well, I mean, Delp's more. I guess Delp is a tight end technically.
Anything that catches the ball. You know what I
Yeah.
meant.
No, I knew what you meant. But I think he is kind of athletic. You can put him out in space, but I mean, isn't Dallas Goedert getting a little old? So I get it. Yeah. So I mean, look,
You're
the
already
Lakers.
getting AJ Brown. You can't have everything, Kyle.
Look, the AJ Brown thing. Because look, I'm hearing Dan Orlovsky like lobbying for the Rams to jump in and get him. Which at this point, can the Rams just hire Dan Orlovsky?
Yes, please.
The man
Matt
sat here.
Stafford.
The man sat here on the MVP panel, told everybody Matt Stafford's my friend. I'm picking him. He wins it. He wants all the big free agents to go there. He's calling the Ty Simpson to the Rams stuff. Like, just put him in your front office at this point. That's probably his dream job anyway.
Exactly. Well, it's because Matt Stafford is his friend. So
Yeah. Which I mean, I get it. They played together. Although I saw a clip with Calvin Johnson when he was like, they were talking about the Orlovsky running out of bounds in the end zone play. And I think Calvin Johnson was like, I was running a 20-yard in route. And as he was running it, he just saw the defenders like running to the sideline laughing. And he was like, what are y'all laughing about? And then obviously it was a turnover. He goes to the sideline, sees the replay, and he's like, I know this fool did not just run out of bounds like that. And I thought it was a little funny moment there. And Dan Orlovsky's never going to live that down. But, he's living his life being Matt Stafford's biggest cheerleader.
Mm-hmm. Outside of his wife.
Well, yeah.
See it on my nerves.
Sai just says, Kenneth Walker replacement, like that for the Seahawks.
See, the Seahawks fan that we were on the thing with, he hated it.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember what position he wanted them to take. Was it like lineman or something?
Probably. But he screamed
Yeah.
into a pillow, so.
Yeah, because I think he was hoping like they would probably wait on the running back. But like you said, that night, Kenneth Walker left a big hole. They filled it with a running back who happened to be Jeremiah Love's backup. So it's not a lot of mileage on his legs or anything. So I thought it was a good pick for them.
Mm-hmm. And when you win the Super Bowl, you can afford to spend a first round draft pick on a running back.
Right. It's also easier to handle when you do it at 32 as opposed
Mm-hmm.
to the Cardinals doing it at number 3.
Dumbasses.
Look, Jeremiah Love better be, like I said it last night as well, he better be Bijan Robinson. He better be Jahmyr Gibbs. Like, he better be Saquon Barkley if you're taking him at 3. But they now have 3, well, not 3, but they have Tyler Algier, who rushed for 1,000 yards his rookie season. And then Atlanta went and got Bijan, so that obviously took yardage away from him. They have James Conner, who's been 1,000-yard rusher out in Arizona, and now you use the number 3 pick on Jeremiah Love. That is a crowded running back room of guys who have been, well, the other 2 have been productive in this league. So
I don't know what they're doing. I don't know. It is something to note that Monty Ossenfort was under John Robinson. That's why he keeps making all these stupid ass picks.
Mm-hmm.
He could have traded down.
I have a feeling they probably tried to and didn't get anybody, so they kind of just took the guy they wanted anyway at 3. Which, like I said, if he turns out to be Bijan Robinson, I will shut up about that. But if he has like an Ashton Genty type of rookie season where the Raiders weren't ready for a running back like that because their offensive line can't block anybody. Like if the Cardinals have that issue, then yeah, people are going to be talking about that all next season.
Because in my opinion, they should have traded down a couple of spots, grabbed the lineman, and then in the second round draft, if they were going to do that.
Right. And I guess the
So
question would have been like, who maybe they should have called that would have moved up. That's the kind of stuff we obviously don't know. We don't have the information on like who they tried to move down with and everything like that. I'd have to think they had to try it because the Cardinals have way too many needs. Taking a running back number 3,
Exactly.
like you better have your stuff together if you're going to do that, and they do not.
When has their stuff ever been together? Besides 2011.
Yeah, they had the Kurt Warner run to the Super Bowl. They had, I feel like they had like a couple of years with like Jake Plummer before
they
that.
They had DeAndre Hopkins.
Mm-hmm.
They still wasn't together.
Well, I mean, they did do the D Hop for who was the running back that trade?
David
Which
Johnson.
yeah,
I'm like, I don't
yeah,
remember
you,
that.
you make moves like that, you're probably not made out to be successful.
I said Bill O'Brien should have been fired the day he did it.
Right? Yeah, because he's another one of those guys where Bill O'Brien, the GM, screwed over Bill O'Brien, the coach.
Mm-hmm. Because you got your feelings hurt.
Yep.
And then you had Watson being weird at the same time. What a
Yeah.
time!
Mm-hmm.
What a time!
Right. Back then, everybody thought Watson was ready to take over the league with his dual threat ability, strong arm, and then it has come crashing down really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Yeah, I guess the only other thing I would say, like outside the Titans doing well, I like the Ruben Bain to the Bucks. I like the Bears picking up Dylan Thieneman, the safety. They have reworked their safety pairing after they lost Kevin Byard. They lost um,
Where'd he go?
Byard went to
New England
yes. I was like, duh. How did I not know that? Yeah, he went to New England.
to be with his
They
man. Okay.
yes. They
I know
got
y'all mad at him right now.
yeah, I know. They got Kobe Bryant in the offseason from Seattle, and now they've added Thieneman in the draft. I feel like they obviously highlighted a need that they had, and they filled it with like two pretty good players. So I like the fit. It makes a lot of sense. You're in a division where you have to deal with Sam Laporta, Tucker Kraft, some pretty good offenses. So having a guy like Thieneman who can cover a little, who can play in the box, I think made a lot of sense for them.
The Steelers picked a quarterback.
Did they take Nussmeyer?
No, they picked Drew Allen.
Uh,
Dude from Penn
they
State.
oh yeah, he went to Penn State. Ooh,
Why do
Penn
they keep
State fans,
doing this?
Penn State fans hated Drew Aller.
Exactly.
If you ever needed a reason to believe that Aaron Rodgers is coming back, that pick tells you. Drew
And you
Aller,
drafted
Will
Will Howard
Howard.
last year.
Yeah,
What?
I'd probably trust Will Howard over Aller right now. Hmm.
I feel bad for my Steelers fans. Cause like,
They
what
took a
stops them
quarterback
from
who
drafting a quarterback?
I, I don't know. It's such a weird thing for them.
What stops them from trading up to draft a quarterback?
I guess that's not the Steeler way.
Well, the Steeler way is having it. They look a mess right now.
Yeah,
The Steeler
and
way
can
has them spinning in circles.
and can Aaron Rodgers like make it official that he's coming back? Because the Steelers are
Before
clearly
then,
operating like he's coming back. I don't know why, but yeah, I guess for another year, they can try to win that division.
they're annoying. Both of them are annoying.
Packers just traded up. Wonder who they're targeting.
Oh boy.
But all right, well, look, you did just mention that the uh, Lakers are getting on your nerves. Well, let's transition into the NBA playoffs, where it's been kind of interesting how some of these series are going. Let me get the graphic up here. There we go. Look, where do you want to start? with the playoffs because there's some interesting storylines that are developing. And we could start Knicks Hawks since uh, Kurum did mention the Knicks earlier. Knicks fans are losing their mind. I've seen it all over TikTok. They they can't believe they're down 2-1 to the Hawks. Oh, Jory, if you're talking, you're muted.
Yeah. And I'm like,
Oh,
yeah. And stop moving to Atlanta.
mm-hmm.
They deserve to be losing their minds. I told y'all with certain teams, they're gonna struggle to close games.
Yep.
And Cat, he is pissing me off. Well, what's new?
Well, Cat's lucky that Bridges is taking a lot of attention right now.
Exactly. Because that's the only one that can really get it.
Yeah.
Bridget, how do you play 6 whole ass quarters and score all of nothing?
Well, wasn't
Nothing.
it wasn't it what this off season or like towards the end of last year where Bridges shot like looked different and it seemed like it was more of a line drive and he was like hitting the front rim on a lot of threes or whatever. It seems like it's now reared its ugly head once again because he had the potential game winner with game 2 in New York, he missed it. And then game 3, he was a complete no-show to the point where Mike Brown had to sit him the whole second half. He might be a guy that just can't handle the lights of New York. And there are players like that.
This wasn't even in New York. This was in Atlanta.
But I'm saying his struggle started with the game 2 missing the game winner at the end. And then he followed it up with a terrible showing down in Atlanta.
True. That is true. I'm like, he's borderline unplayable right now. Because what are you doing other than running around?
Mm-hmm.
What was his? I promise you, his plus minus was egregious.
I'm sure. I'm sure he didn't even want to know what his plus minus was.
I know it was egregious.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and with Brunson, I'm about there with him.
I mean, I've been there with Brunson.
Because I'm
These
like,
teams, but it's like these teams that take these undersized guards, make them their number one option, and then wonder why they don't have success in the playoffs. It's well documented. The last team you could really look at was Steph Curry with the Warriors. Here's the thing: Brunson isn't Steph Curry.
exactly.
So I think the weird thing is the Knicks are losing to the Hawks. The Hawks went through this with Trae Young. Trae Young would get to the playoffs. The Celtics would bottle him up, or the Heat would bottle him up doing the same stuff. And then, Jory, you and I would talk all the time about you got to move Trae because him as your best player, you're not going to win anything. They
Exactly.
finally
And they
do it,
finally did it.
and now look at them.
And look at Kaminga. And Carl Anthony Towns.
Mm-hmm.
You and Paolo Banchero pissed me off with forgetting that y'all are 7 feet tall.
Banchero probably annoys me more. Cat is who he is at this point. He's a finesse big who has like these little random stretches where he acts like he's this tough guy because he'll body like some 6 foot guard in the post. And it's like, yeah, but you don't do that against other big men. So how about you calm that down?
Yeah, because Kaminga had him in hell.
I agree with you. Good for Kaminga. He's in a city that, expectations aren't crazy. So
And
if he
they're embracing him.
Yes. I mean, this city's already basically counting the series over because once again, I was listening to Atlanta sports radio and some guy called and was like, who would you rather see in the second round, Celtics or the Sixers? And I was just like,
Be quiet. Like,
oh, y'all
damn,
are
they can't have
Q1 and
nothing
you already
nice.
looking at the second round? Like, finish the series off first.
Finish the series. That's the one thing about Atlanta fans. They are impatient as hell.
Well, the thing that kills me is they always cry about national attention because that's where his call was coming from. He was like, because we beat the Knicks, they'll have to talk about us on TV. It's like
Oh boy.
TV has no reason to talk about the Hawks right now. Hawks haven't been relevant. You got to be relevant first. Now, if you do beat the Knicks, yes, because Stephen A will talk about you because he'll probably be talking about, Mike Brown should be fired. And you know how Knicks fans going to get if they lose.
Hmm.
This is how I treat my fandom. Yeah. Okay, so Saijin does have a question. Was Booker wrong in challenging the refs' calls through game 2? I'm so tired of getting calls for fouls that you don't call in the opposing teams.
You can't do that when you're down 13. Like, shut the hell up.
Yeah. Look, maybe this is. I mean, Booker's been in the playoffs before, so Booker has to understand in the
We're gonna
playoffs.
let a lot slide
Yeah, the refs allow a lot more, so he should understand that.
with his soft ass. I'm there with him too.
Well, I mean, yeah, but nobody expected Phoenix to do anything against the Thunder. They've been somewhat competitive for stretches, but yeah, I think it was a good season for the Suns in that they kind of beat expectations. Jalen Green has been okay for them. A lot of people were really worried about him after his struggles in Houston. Booker is still there. They have a couple pieces like Malawach, the big from Duke. I think he's shown he could be a piece going forward. They just need a little bit more if they're going to compete in the West, which the Thunder aren't going anywhere, Spurs aren't going anywhere, and um, I mean Denver, who we'll talk about in a little bit here. You feel like they're
They
still
getting
going to be
their ass
there,
beat.
right? I mean, even
I
your
love to
Lakers,
see it.
even your Lakers. Obviously once LeBron's gone, it transitions to completely being Luka, Austin Reeves, and then them trying to build around those two. Minnesota. So the teams that are ahead of Phoenix right now, they have some work to do to catch up to that group.
Hmm, they'll be alright.
Yeah.
Now in Houston,
Oh, what a waste of a season it's been in Houston.
they're pathetic.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hear Fred VanVleet anything about an injury. I don't want to hear jack squat about an injury.
Van Vliet wouldn't change a thing.
Uh, no, like
Oh. Falcons
the
just took
Falcons,
Zachariah Branch.
they would do that crap.
He's
That's
a
such a
Georgia kid.
Falcon.
He's
Why?
a Georgia kid.
Get him out of Georgia, because we already know he like the speed. Get him
Well,
out of here.
he can fly down I-20 now.
Oh hell, I'll stay off of it.
Sidon says, I'm finding myself less interested in the NBA.
That's you.
Look, I can get that, I guess, from some fans, especially depending on your fan base. Like if your team is whatever, I can understand that. I do think the narrative, like before the playoffs, all these people on TV were like, will the playoffs even live up to March Madness? A lot of these games have been very entertaining. So I think the league is doing well. I believe the viewership is up so far in the playoffs. But I get it. I think some people are a little tired of maybe it's because SGA and the Thunder of the
It
NBA, right?
is.
Yeah.
And it's because SGA and his damn flopping and the rest keep falling for that bullshit.
That's what I'm saying. I can
Like
understand that. I'm having fun
it
watching it.
it do make you not want to watch it. I promise you, it does.
Well, I feel like look, if you're that way, don't watch the Thunder because those games kind of yeah. But
Yeah,
Hawks Knicks, watch that great series. Um, Magic Pistons has been entertaining. Celtics Sixers. I mean, you watch the Lakers, send Houston into absolute turmoil.
and about that, all of this started with that burner.
That's what I'm saying. Houston cannot afford this after that burner stuff. Like if they get swept, it just makes the burner look even worse.
Then you had Jabari Smith in front of the camera talk about Kevin Durant. And I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, I felt like his tone was, you. This is why you think I'm slow, huh? All right,
That's what I'm saying. Like once they get eliminated, I feel like there's gonna be some report of like
a fight.
shoving or something in the locker room.
And I'm like, I'm winning it to happen. Somebody
Mm-hmm.
should go at Kevin Durant. Because I'm like, why would you say that about people?
It just further proves you cannot have Durant be your leader on the team. And unfortunately, in Houston, because Durant is like the vet on that team, he's supposed to be a leader. That's not who he is.
He's an idiot. He just, that team had so much promise before he did that.
Mm-hmm.
And he
It's
ruined
like
it.
Sengun has regressed horribly.
Mm-hmm.
Jabari Smith, and yeah, this. I would not be shocked if this offseason we are hearing rumors about KD on his way out.
They're not
If
going to be
I'm
able to do
Houston, I would do it. I'm not going through another year of this guy.
it.
Oh, just to let you know, the Ravens just drafted wide receiver Jacoby Lane out of USC.
They're not going to use him.
I mean, hey, fan base will be excited. We got a wide receiver, yay! You got enough of them on the roster already.
They're not going to use him. It's just like, and the one thing about the Rockets that's really ticking me off
Mm-hmm.
is that Fred Van Vliet went
Mm-hmm.
down at the beginning of the season or before the season. You had all year, up until February, to go get you a point guard and figure that situation out, and they failed to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You cannot win a championship if Kevin Durant is going to be your primary ball handler.
Well, it seemed like they wanted to put that on Sengun because remember, Sengun is supposed to be like baby Jokic or whatever, which
I'm not seeing none of that.
I don't see it either. But I think at his best, Sengun is a guy who will score a little. He's a decent passer and rebounder. So I guess because of that, they automatically just wrapped him into the Jokic part. But Jokic is a bigger threat from the perimeter. I think Jokic's IQ, obviously, because he's been in the league a little bit longer, was a little higher. I think it's a lot to put on Sengun to try to say he's Jokic like.
Exactly. And Jokic going to get his in a minute.
Yeah. I think the
He
biggest
is
thing for
about
that
to get his in
series,
a minute.
the Rockets are allowing Luke Kennard to drop 25 a game. Marcus Smart's dropping 20 a game. And LeBron's dropping like 23 a game on him. I'm sorry, you're not winning if that's what you're going to allow those three to do. So, yeah.
I just
Mm-hmm.
feel like we just traded up and wait a minute, never mind. Okay. I just felt funny. I saw a tweet and I'm like, uh, Did he trade again? I'm like, you know, I get nervous when I hear trades and drafts. So
Hmm. There's been a
blame
lot of
John Robinson for that.
right. Yeah. Well, I mean, I get that, but Borgs has shown you he's a very competent guy.
Hmm.
Sangoon's been decent tonight, and that's well and good. It's it's just the problem is even if Houston were to win tonight to make it 2-1, nobody's gonna truly believe like they have the mentality to come back and win the series. I think most people assume right now the series either ends in a sweep or in five. Because right now the Lakers are playing like really well right now, even without Luca and Austin Reeves. Like that group, which JJ has to get credit for, at least against Houston, they're playing like free and they're executing. And I think their mentality is like Houston's a team that wants to go home. So they're just going to send them home. Side says, how did your picks go? Yeah, Siden's
Oh, I
asking
loved
you
it.
about your Titans picks. Yeah.
I loved it. Once I get into some more film and stuff like that and really do my research on it, you'll have my more analysis next week. But of course, I'm going to like the Cornell plate.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, even though I'm an Alabama fan,
Right.
I like the Falk pick and trading up to get him.
Yeah, that hurt you because that's school that I guess we will not mention.
We're not going to mention the school with two nonsensical mascots.
Right.
Makes no sense, but whatever. Um,
Yeah.
Tyron and boy, fuck out of here. Anyway, I can appreciate that, and the fact that they went linebacker after we lost Arden rat ass. He gonna go to the ops.
Mm-hmm.
You AFC South pass around mother, like he done been everywhere but Houston, and I feel like that's next.
Mm-hmm.
Just complete the circuit.
Mm-hmm.
You op, right? Yeah. So back to the playoffs. I do like the dude out of Texas too. I like him too.
Mm-hmm.
Trading up to get that too.
Very athletic.
Rick. Fast and violent. Fast and
Mm-hmm. Which oddly
violent.
enough, two words that Vrabel said a lot when he got the New England job.
He
That's
said
the
a
way
lot
the
of crap. Oh, what was I gonna say? Back to
um
the Lakers Rockets.
yes.
Bronny looked serviceable. They just gave up a whole ass lead. I take that back. Let's move on to the Minnesota series because they pissing me off.
Okay.
Um,
Minnesota series has been interesting as well.
One, Rudy Gobert has had Jokic in hell.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, flopping all over the place, lost, tired.
But that's kind of been a thing the past couple of playoff runs. Jokic has kind of run out of gas, like eventually, because he does have to handle so much offensively for them in creating. I think Aaron Gordon, who is out for game three, I believe,
Hmm.
he's the guy who needed to step up in this series, and he was only averaging like 12 a game. And after game one, when you saw the players at their lockers and they were basically just roasting Denver for the public to hear, you knew from that moment Minnesota not only is not scared of Denver,
They
they're
want
actually
the smoke.
glad they got Denver in the first round.
They want the smoke.
Yeah.
All of it. And I'm here for it. Then you
Yeah.
had McDaniels going full, what's his face? Naming names and they're bad on defense.
Hmm.
And I'm like, you better be able to back that up. And I'll be damn.
Yeah.
They backed it up
They do not respect Denver as a team at all.
on defense.
Right. Yes.
Like, but that's how you kill the offense. You have to go at them offensively.
Hmm.
You have to. Jokic is lazy at the rim, and I'm like, you are 7'5".
Yeah, but he can't
What
jump. That's the problem.
you you're lazy at the rim, slow footed. Jokic gets exposed a lot on defense when you go right at him.
Hmm.
And in turn, that affects his offense.
Right.
That's how you beat Denver. I don't know why my Lakers can't figure that bullshit out because we're not big enough. I know that. Um,
Right. Yes.
but I'm going to
Like if they could get like if the Lakers could get well, Aiton is a lost cause, we know. But
I look.
like but it's like if Jackson Hayes could use his athleticism correctly, like he's a guy who should be kind of a problem for Jokic. But that would also require him to probably be a little bit more uh,
Discipline.
responsible with his athleticism.
Yeah, I don't trust that.
Right.
And Jamal Murray,
Hmm.
when it's not when it's in against anybody not named the Lakers, he folds up. He folds.
It's kind of weird, but yeah.
I'm tired of it. I'm
But it's,
so sick and
it's
like I'm
so.
tired of Denver. I'm tired of
Mhm.
Denver. Period. That's why me them getting their ass kicked like this. It's enjoying to watch.
Mhm.
I ain't never seen Jokic so damn frustrated. Like, he looked tired.
And I think he kind of is. Those years where you know their depth kind of got taken away a couple of off seasons. I feel like now you're seeing the effect of that where Jokic now needs help. And the only person they can rely on is Jamal Murray. But like you just said, Jamal Murray kind of shows up only against certain opponents. So a lot of times it's Jokic has to do it night in and night out. And look, he's not the most, you know, physically fit guy.
He's not. Because I
I
saw
think
his belly. I saw
I
his
think it's
side
taking a toll.
profile. And I'm like, sir, you play basketball. You don't need to look like you about 2 weeks postpartum. What the hell is this?
Because Jokic plays the game mentally. He has to play angles. He has to catch you off guard, stuff like that. He's not going to beat anybody in this league. I don't care who you are. Straight athleticism. He's never going to do that. So the problem is Rudy Gobert, probably off the court, you could say kind of a clown. On the court, Rudy Gobert is a smart player. So Rudy Gobert knows he's probably taller than Jokic. He can jump higher. So when Jokic does all his little up fakes and stuff, there's no
Rudy
reason.
right there.
Yeah, but it's like Rudy has no reason to fall for it because even if Jokic does go up, Rudy can jump quick enough to still affect the shot. And that's where Jokic will get frustrated. Because was it the last game he had that drive to the rim and he missed the layup? And as he was down on the court, like Jokic was visibly frustrated because Rudy Gobert altered that layup for him.
Hmm. And he was behind him. So
Hmm?
I'm starting to appreciate Rudy Gobert's play a little bit more. And I don't
Yeah.
think I like it because I know he's an asshole. Um,
Well, yeah. I mean, unfortunately, he's never going to live down it's kind of funny. Like he was seen as like the guy that started COVID,
Because he
which
did. I don't care. We weren't getting no cases of no damn COVID until he coughed on those damn mics and put his hands on them.
but it's just like, yeah, he's never gonna live that down because everybody will remember that night when they had like that one game playing and they're like, oh yeah, the league is suspended, and everyone's like, wait, what? And then they cut to Rudy with his coughing and running on the microphones before he walked off, and it was like, yeah, you clearly didn't get it, but yeah, just look at him as a basketball player. He's pretty good for what they ask him to do.
Mm-hmm.
Sidon says, how will Kyler Murray fare with the Vikings? Better than JJ, which I guess is good enough right now.
Yeah. He still can't see over the line, so that's going to be an issue
Right.
for him.
Mm-hmm.
We say the same thing about Bryce, but the one thing is Bryce can throw something.
Yes.
Like Bryce is a pocket passer. He knows how to extend his pocket
Mm-hmm.
so he can see.
Yep.
I don't know why Kyler Murray don't know how to do that effectively, but that's not his game. He's gonna scramble and he's gonna run around like a chicken with his head cut off. That man, he runs like a toddler,
Mm-hmm.
and I
Yeah.
think it is so funny.
Yeah. I thought it was hilarious when EA did like this whole video package showing that they put Kyler Murray's running style into the video game to make it more authentic, and even seeing him running in video game form is still pretty funny. But
He
yeah.
runs like a cartoon character.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be alright.
Right,
They keep him
because
upright.
now when he scrambles outside, he'll just be throwing deep balls to Justin Jefferson. Like,
Mm-hmm.
there's really no reason to feel sorry for Kyler Murray. It's Kyler Murray needs to realize he has a good opportunity right now. So the stuff that he wouldn't do in Arizona, which we obviously know when they put that clause in his contract, do that in Minnesota. Do not ruin this now. Because if you fail in Minnesota,
You're done.
where are you supposed to go?
The Diamondbacks.
Yeah. He runs like Tweety Bird.
He sure does. Let's see. I'm not. Look, the Suns are cute. They're a good story. I expect them home. I expect them in Cancun in a couple games.
Yeah.
Portland,
Another cute story.
another cute story. No, they're really cute considering that Chauncey Chauncey Billups is about to go to prison and got arrested at the beginning of the season. You
Mm-hmm.
tend to forget that when you talk about this team.
Mm-hmm.
They've overcome so much. They're to
Yep.
me, they're more of a Cinderella story than the damn Suns.
Mm-hmm. And they might have an
They
opportunity with Wemby and concussion protocol.
true. And I saw somebody stupid ass say, "Why didn't he break his fall with his arms?" I said, "He'll break his arms if he do that. That's
Yeah.
the one way to break both arms."
Right. And you also have to remember the human head weighs, well, you remember Jerry Maguire, human head weighs like 10 pounds.
Mhm.
So once that momentum starts going towards the ground,
You can't
unless
stop it.
you want to hurt your neck to stop your head from just jolting down, he was going to hit his head on the court anyway.
I'm just glad he didn't bust his chin open like I did when I fell 10 first.
Right, or break his nose or something like that.
Yeah, I still got a scar right under my chin, and it itches.
Well, here's a development. The Cleveland Browns have just traded and are now on the clock. See what they do. When will I see the WNBA? The
So,
WNBA starts, what was it, first weekend in May, I believe.
yep, they're in training
Trust
camp
me,
now.
we are ready for the WNBA. We will be talking about the WNBA for sure.
Mhm. I already have my notes set.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think it's going to be a very fun WNBA season.
Going to the East. Toronto is being cute.
Mm-hmm.
The 76ers, that last performance was cute. I don't expect to see that again. Because I also don't expect Boston to miss like that again.
Well, I believe yeah, they lost tonight 108-100, so the Celtics are up 2-1 in that series. The Browns took a offensive tackle, so they didn't go quarterback. I was
They
ready
got
for
a couple more rounds to do it.
it. Right. Maxie had
They're gonna
31 tonight, which Maxie has been a scoring machine. Jalen Brown had 25. Okay.
You know what? Somebody said Jalen Brown was gonna have 25 points today. I forgot who said it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, at this point, you kind of can like pencil him in for 25 most nights.
Mm-hmm. Which is why him being not being an MVP finalist is just BS to me.
Look, I mean, you know how I feel about that. I
Mm-hmm.
just don't get it. Like, look, the problem is if we want to talk about value, then we have to be serious about that. And SGA is valuable, yes. Was he the most valuable this season? I don't think
No.
so. He's the one I would probably swap out for Jalen Brown, but I also get it that Thunder are the best team. They usually include the best player from that team in the MVP discussion. So at that point, to me, it's like, all right, so do an MVP and then do a most outstanding player, and then just give that to the best player in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Because I would argue, looking at the three finalists, Wemby probably technically is the most valuable out of the three.
Yeah, seeing that the Spurs immediately lost.
But something tells me he's not going to win the award because they gave him Defensive Player of the Year. So they'll be like, whoa, gave him that. And they'll probably give SGA MVP once again.
Or Jokic.
I feel like they're going to go SGA, but yeah. I guess the Jokic fatigue technically is over now because it's been a couple of years since he's won one. Um,
I don't even think. Don't think either. I don't think all three, either one of them deserve it. But that's just me.
but I'm just saying, like, out of the three finalists, like, I understand the case for Wemby. Jokic, I
Mm-hmm.
guess a little bit, but I feel like this was kind of a down year for Denver, so I don't know if I would reward Jokic for that.
Because I'm like, I
My
feel like
my three right, yeah.
Luca,
Hmm.
Jalen Brown, and Kate Cunningham have better chances, had
Now,
better
if that was the
resumes.
final three, I would have zero issue with either of the three winning it.
See, but I have sense. These damn voters don't. They're biased.
Well, because they're taking MVP and Best Player and like merging them into the same award.
Hmm.
And what's up, Mo? SGA is going back to back. I mean, that's what it seems like.
They finna start a whole wave of SGA fatigue.
Right, and then that's going to be the conversations. Like next year's going to be like, well, they're not going to give SGA a third one because voter fatigue, and it's like, well, if he's going to be valuable next year, why should it matter if he's won two in a row already? Because if he's truly that valuable, then give him the award when he is the most valuable.
I just think the MVP awards in both the NFL and NBA have been just misconstrued so much because people don't know the definition of the word value.
Right, or at least they have their own version of value,
Hmm.
which I guess, maybe I guess that's the human element of the voting process. And it also creates conversation, and that's what these leagues love as well.
It's annoying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why we have this. We can give our opinion on it. We have to worry about anybody from the league shutting it down because we disagree. I
Right.
guess that's our feeling about it. Um, so I guess
Hold on.
your
'Cause I'm like,
thoughts on the East. Oh, go ahead.
because this game is really, because I'm looking at it and I'm talking at the same time. So I'm like, what the hell? But going into the East,
Mm-hmm.
look, the Raptors are being cute.
Mm-hmm.
I still think that even if this goes five, even if this, it, let me get my sense. The most is going is six.
Yeah.
Oh, so LeBron shot a three, and yep, sounds like Houston. They let that man free because they like, bro. I'm not complaining, but
That's what I'm saying. The Rockets are a team that are just begging to end the
to go
season.
home,
So they will have the mental lapses like that to allow a guy to just open up free to knock down a three. And look, there might be a late game situation here, and they're going to probably do something dumb and find a way to lose it. Because at least when they're down 3-0, if they mail in game four, everybody would kind of understand it. If it's 2-1, Rockets fans would be like, oh, we're still in this, let's fight. And the team, they don't want to do that.
they don't want to do that. That's all.
Yeah. Like if they're down 3-0, Katie might be like, yeah, I'm out game four too. What's the point?
Ooh, if he do that, I'm promising you that next Friday, I'm look, I'm gonna let that long head Ashley mother have it.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Well,
let him have it.
yes, absolutely. I will as well. Well, one thing I'll say, the Raptors, for you continue with them, the Raptors will lose a series for the very reasons that we all assumed that they were going to lose it for. Offensively, they won't have enough firepower to hang with a team like Cleveland. Like the Raptors are a team that they're a fun group to
Hmm.
watch like certain nights. You wouldn't probably necessarily watch 82 games of them, but every once in a while you'll check in and you'll be like, okay, Scotty Barnes is he's an interesting player. Brandon Ingram, Barrett, guys like that. But to win at this point in the season, they don't have enough. Sengun's shot got stuffed.
It hit the back of it hit the backboard, the side of the backboard. It didn't get stuck. He just bricked that shit. He got it off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they done. But I
All
still
right, well,
think Cleveland is fraud. They're just the better team right now. I
yeah,
think the
got a
Pistons
good
have woken
matchup.
up.
Mm-hmm.
They realize that they can't play these type of games with Orlando because
Yeah.
Orlando can't match up with them size wise.
Yes.
So they realize they have to be better. And and they finally won. Congratulations to the Pistons. They finally won a home game, a home playoff game in
Mm-hmm.
what, 19, 20 years?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think that it's been a while. Yeah. Yeah, the days of Detroit basketball with Billups and them, long, long gone. But at least it seems like they're on the right track now of being uh, probably perennial playoff team, a good young kind of core that they have. I have questions about whether or not they could win a title right now, but
They need better scoring.
yes.
And Jalen Duran cannot play like he played in game one.
Mm-hmm.
I still think, yes, they are at the top, but I think that if they make it out this series, I think Boston's gonna get them.
Well, they would
Like they can even make it.
they
They
would
don't
get
play.
Cleveland, I guess, the next round. Where
I think they could beat Cleveland.
yeah, but Detroit's offense can get them in trouble as well, and a
True.
team like Cleveland could give them some trouble. But I don't know. Part of me thinks Detroit's a team if they get past the first round, I think they'll be able to kind of breathe a little bit and start playing their best brand of basketball.
Hmm.
But it's just that right now you have to rely on like Duncan Robinson has to be a 3-point threat for you. Tobias Harris has to be productive for you. And if those two aren't, there's not a lot of teams in the East that they could beat. And relying on those two, not the best, but
Ask Philly about how relying on Tobias Harris went.
yeah. Well, I mean, the Phillies section of his career, that big contract was on him, and the role that they had him in, I don't know if it necessarily fit. Like in
It
Detroit,
didn't.
he's almost like just a vet leader who they let operate in the mid range, which is actually probably the strong part of his game. Philly, they wanted him to like knock down corner threes and stuff.
And that just wasn't his game. And I'm like, bro, stop trying to turn this man into something that he's not.
Yeah, but you had to
I
keep the
can't
lane
stand
open,
when teams do that.
but you had to keep the lane open for. I guess he was there with Simmons and Embiid, so Harris kind of had to be a perimeter guy. At least in Detroit, Cade Cunningham can get in the lane, but for the most part, Tobias Harris can kind of move around freely in the mid range.
Hmm. Um, what do I say about the Celtics? 76ers. I think this is going to end in five. Um, yeah. Look, that DJ Edgecombe, he's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
He is hilarious.
Yeah.
And
Do you think a
I
loss
guess,
tonight? Do you think
huh?
the loss tonight forces Embiid to maybe show up in Game 4?
No, because he don't want to.
I, I mean, yeah.
We already know he don't want to.
Before the game tonight, the coach was like, "He's not ready yet." Well,
Yeah, because he don't want to. He don't want to be ready.
that's the Embiid experience,
Like, and he's like, oh, we're playing Boston. Hell no.
right? But at least,
We're
but I
playing.
mean, at least this version of Boston doesn't have, Marcus Smart who used to get under his nerves, Al Horford who used to lock him up, or Grant Williams. It's like you'd have to deal with Neemias Queta, who I love Queta, but I feel like Embiid should have been anxious to get out there.
Yeah, because then you get, you know, Embiid so soft, Derek White will frustrate his ass.
Probably.
You
Or
know that.
Shireman or Peyton Pritchard, one of those pesky guys.
They will frustrate him to the
And,
point where he's flopping. So, look,
the advancement is
keep
if he
him
set
out.
himself down enough, that appendix pain might kick in.
See? No, just keep him out. He don't want to play.
I mean, from
Now
Philly,
they
look, Maxey and Edgecombe have shown you a future. Just rip the band-aid off. And Embiid is gonna go down probably as one of those guys who we're gonna look at and say those great players who didn't win a title.
hmm
Unless he, latches onto some team late in his career and kind of wins one that way. But yeah, he can go join Barkley and Carmelo and those types in that group.
like Joel Embiid just pisses me off because he does things like this and then he likes to troll.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Giannis getting on my damn nerves.
Well, at least Giannis will play through an injury.
True.
It takes a lot to keep Giannis out of a playoff game.
Mm-hmm. And just Giannis talk too damn much too.
Yeah, I'm sure you saw his end of the season comments about it's not up to him whether or not he's in Milwaukee or not. It's like, why do we keep doing this?
It is up to him if he's in Milwaukee or not.
But now we have to wonder: is he a fan of the Taylor Jenkins hire, which supposedly the Bucks didn't consult Giannis on? Which, the
Yeah,
more I think
I
about
wouldn't
it,
do it either.
yeah, the more I think about it, if I'm Milwaukee, yeah, I wouldn't probably consult him either.
Yeah, because the last coach we consulted you on, we decided to quit on halfway in the season. We had to 33 games in and we had to fire him.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I'm not consulting him on nothing else. I'm actually working to get him up out of here.
Right.
Right. If I'm the Bucks, I am starting to. If I haven't started planning post Giannis, I'm starting that now.
I mean, if I'm the Bucks, I obviously want Giannis to stay, but I would want like a legit commitment. I guess a long term deal with him. Because part of me also wonders if he would do the type of like the 2-year deal with an opt out type stuff. And if I'm Milwaukee, I'm like, I'm not putting myself through that every other year wondering about you. So they need to sit down, have a conversation, and come out of the room either stamping the rebuild and you trade him, or you're sticking with him and he's sticking with you. That's what needs to happen. I don't want to hear reports like, oh, they met for a few hours and nothing. Like, I don't
I
care about
really
any
don't
of
want
that.
to hear anything else until whatever's done is done.
Yeah, I don't want to hear from Shams
Take us
unless
out.
there's a trade done or he's signing a new deal.
I'm take us out of this group chat.
Right.
I got more important things to worry about than Giannis and the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
I have way more important things to worry about. Take us out the group chat. Like, man,
Yep.
Hawks Knicks. CJ McCollum has Jalen Brunson looking like a cone.
I didn't know if McCollum still had this version of himself in him, but
Well, yeah, being in Atlanta and with them youngins, they
mm-hmm.
embrace him and they're actually listening to him. So yeah, see what happens when you actually have a productive culture with people with players who are willing to listen to other players and willing to actually be coachable and not just run everybody out of town and run around the damn court, shimmy their shoulders with a stupid ass haircut.
Yeah,
You see?
yeah, and now he can waste away in Washington.
With Anthony Davis.
Yep.
I feel bad for AD.
I mean, yeah, I feel like it's yeah, I feel like it's not hard to feel bad for him. Like he goes from winning the title in LA,
To being on
getting
the Wizards
moved
for
out,
2 years.
gets hurt early into his Dallas tenure, to then waking up in Washington. gone from teammate like LeBron to the potential of Kyrie and Cooper Flag to Trey Young.
And trash.
Right.
Cat is being cat. Mikael Bridges is Mikael Bridges. I'm not getting anything from um,
5
what's
first
his
round
face.
picks, 0 points.
Man, the fact that Stephen A. Smith decided to take the NFL spot
The
and
fact that
go
he
on
thought
a
we were going to
Knicks
be
rant.
sympathetic, the fact that he thought we were going to be sympathetic towards him was even funnier.
No. I'm
Like
like,
RC and them were laughing at him during the rant. Like they don't care.
they were straight laughing at him.
Hmm.
When they realized this was his angle that he was gonna take, they couldn't even hide it.
Right.
Like,
I mean,
hmm,
not gonna lie, for that fan base, it's probably hard to find sympathy from anybody.
right. But let's see. That's all I had.
Okay. Um. Yeah. I mean, for the most part, like I said, I think the playoffs have been very fun. Some of these series have probably gone a little differently than we thought, but I feel like the deeper you get into the NBA playoffs, I feel like the more entertaining it gets, and mm, um, so it's hold on a second. All right, so um, yeah, like the potential matchups that are sitting there in the second round, I think will be intriguing, and we'll obviously talk about them as the playoffs progress. Rockets are pathetic. That's been our kind of theme for the Rockets since the burner story. So
Yeah, they've been asking for this, and I look because their season is probably gonna end on their own home court by what I'm looking at.
got me to a bunch of booze.
Yeah, and as soon as it's over, somebody needs to punch Kevin Durant. Somebody needs to do it. I don't advocate for violence very often, but somebody needs to punch him in his head.
If I'm Jabari Smith, I'm beeline. I'm
Or
meeting him at his
Sengun,
locker. I'm making sure I'm the first one in there. I was gonna be sitting at his locker waiting for him. Because for you to call me that, and then the playoffs playing out the way that it has, where you didn't play game one, you
and you
played game
turned the
two,
ball over 9 times in game two.
and then you sat out game three with the season on the line. Yeah, I'd have some words for you.
Him and Sengun have work. Look, I'm not even saying nothing.
Yeah,
Go ahead and knuckle up, partner. Take that bad knee right on back out. Take it out.
yeah. And we'll see. We'll see how good Ime is, because he's gonna have to deal with all of this.
Well, he's getting out coached right now, so right.
I'm
Kevin
glad I
Durant is
got
one of
it
those
better.
people who, the more I learn about him, like not wearing lotion and all this other stuff and being problematic, the more I just feel like he needs his ass whooped.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure. Look, I'm sure there's probably stories from teams that he's been on that we haven't heard. That some of the teammates probably have some good stuff on Durant that if they were to release it would make him look even worse as a person.
He wouldn't care either.
Nope. He's so. I mean, hey, you're preaching to the choir.
Like you got some nerve. Yeah, the Rockets are done.
Well,
They're done.
because the last thing they wanted was to sit here and now have to fight through an overtime just to win a game to probably just lose in 5 instead of 4. Like, yeah, especially with that group where offensively they will make your head hurt watching them sometimes running in their offense. Katie can't carry a team, is sensitive on Twitter. Well, that's not him on Twitter. Wink, wink.
The thing was, the burner name was such a KD coded name. Like, really? Anyone that said it wasn't him? Only Kevin Durant would name their burner something like that.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
He never denied it, and he had chances to. But let's move into final burn and turn it over to you.
I have a couple of burnlets to get through.
Okay.
Let's see. Damien, if you're in here, you're gonna be a deep fried empanada. Deep
We'll,
fried.
we'll tag him.
Because hold on. I gotta
Rockets are an
find it.
NBA purgatory.
They did this to themselves. Here's a little mini segment. 6 dumb things that Mr. Hernandez said this week. Um, Puerto Rico is a state. Um, Female celebrities shouldn't post things because of assault. You didn't know that Mike Malone is the coach at UNC because you wanted him to coach the Bulls. I was never a fan of Popovich. What? He's watching. I know he's watching.
A lot of
Here's
this
one of
is
my other
from
favorite ones.
a lot of this is from Discord, Kerm.
Kenny Smith is 45 to 50 years old, but he's been on inside the NBA for 30 years. Make that make sense.
That one did. That one definitely caught me off guard.
And here's my favorite. Well, not my favorite. The ESPN app is free. Yes, it's free.
Kerm, you blocked that man?
Look, I would understand.
Yeah.
Cause yeah. And
Oh,
Damien, you pissed me off this week when you pissed me off quite a few things. You said quite a few things that let's go back to Puerto Rico as a state. And then when people are telling you it's not a state, there's only 50 states, it's a territory, you said it's the same shit. No, it's not the same shit.
right. There's legalities between that are different between the two terms. Yes.
Why do you think that Jake and Logan Paul moved to Puerto Rico so they didn't have to pay taxes? Huh? Because people in territories, they don't pay taxes. They don't go under the Constitution.
Right.
Like,
Now it is up to Puerto Rico to vote to become a state, but
yes, that's on their own.
yes.
I like now they're just doing this stupid ass fouling.
Well,
Okay,
you got to show the fake fight for the few fans that
whatever,
stayed around.
whatever. Uh, just harassing the dude. Um,
Yes, JJ Barea is from there.
it pisses me off. Like it was that. How do you not like Greg Popovich?
Some do, but they're usually a part of a certain political party. Because the same party that doesn't like Steve Kerr either.
Oh, okay.
Because they're quick to be outspoken against said political party.
And um, Eagles fans, y'all going to hell. Y'all going straight to hell. No, because they pissing me off. They have been so much on this. The Patriots are tampering with AJ and all this other bullshit. I'm like, bro, that they're kind of wishing for Vrabel's marriage to fail and all this other shit. I'm like, this is why don't nobody like y'all. I'm sorry, Keith. I love you. I said, this right here, this type of vitriol, knowing damn well y'all probably got some skeletons going on in that Eagles office too.
Oh, Kerm gave you another one. Damien said players who don't have a ring shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame.
Damien can shut the fuck up. I'm tired of that shit. Like, bro, yes, you can. Yes, I said it. You can be quiet, right? And that's why his new name is CDA 45, certified dumbass number 45.
There you
Cause like, huh? And then explaining why it's bad to say that posting things and wearing certain things to a woman is what gets them assaulted is bad. Is like it's really it's mind boggling. I shouldn't have to explain that, Damien. No, clothes doesn't get women assaulted. Unhinged people assault people. And look, even the celebrities, like I said in the Discord, sir, even celebrities, this happens because people are unhinged and they're going to find ways to be unhinged.
go. Mm-hmm.
We're not going to sit here and blame bikini pics, skinny jeans, and whatever the hell they want to post on why women get assaulted. And to Diana Russini, go to hell, you lying ass bitch. Like, come on now. You done got. She lied in that statement and then she deleted her account.
Right. Yeah. I mean, look, that whole story is.
I'm over it and I'm not going to talk about it no more.
I was saying I'm I'm definitely over it as well. I have left that comment under a bunch of videos I keep seeing about it, and there are a lot of people who agree that they're over the story as well. But obviously,
And
for
it's
that
mainly
section,
Eagles fans that keeps bringing this shit up.
not I think it's more than them. I think New York fans love seeing Boston. They're playing Foxborough, but Boston being shown negatively because of the story, they are loving it as well. So
Well, Boston
it's
doesn't stink. New York smells like piss. There's that.
yeah, but it's okay. So you just mentioned Philly. Philly and Boston don't get along. Deep rivalry there. Boston and New York, deep rivalry there. So the story will continue to have legs in certain cities. I think
And
certain
New
cities.
Yorkers are starting with ATLians. I think New Yorkers are the problem. Because they coming down here to start shit and they think we're slow. We are not slow. Just because we say y'all and we got a little drawl and we have southern hospitality don't mean that we're slow. You can still get served a country fried ass whooping.
Well, I mean, as somebody who obviously from up north, heard a lot of the same things about the South. So New Yorkers, they're used to hustle and bustle. Come to the South, I guess depending where you go, can be very laid back. New Yorkers are used to some crazy nightlife. Once again, depending where you are in the South, there are parts of the South that like 8 o'clock at night, people are inside their homes and they are chilled. Some New Yorkers can't handle that. So
Yeah,
I
because you can
completely
go
agree with
shopping
you.
at Forever 21 at 11 o'clock.
Yes.
I had fun in that store.
And the crazy thing is, more and more New Yorkers will just continue moving down because
And
they just
start
do.
complaining.
Yeah.
They move down here, you make everything expensive, you're effing up the traffic, you're making property taxes go up. Now all you do is complain. Ain't no good food here. Motherfucker cook. Damn.
There's also that. New York has a weird arrogance. Yes.
For what? For a city that smells like piss.
Well, think about it. The Knicks haven't won anything since '73. They think they're the mecca of basketball. The Yankees haven't won in how long, and they still think they're the center of the baseball world. The Jets can't win anything. They think they're relevant. The Giants won 2 Super Bowls, and they feel like they're still a great franchise. Look, the
I
greatest
say all
franchise New
this
York
to
has
say,
going for them right now are the Liberty. And most New Yorkers probably don't even care about the Liberty.
my goddad's in New York and he's one of the sweetest people I know. But like
Oh, yeah.
they come down here and complain. You mess everything up. You say the city needs a whole bunch of work, but I'm like, go back to where you came from then. We didn't
Look,
ask you to come here.
also, if you're not paying attention, there's actually plenty of work going on down here.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to go somewhere and not see some work being done. It may
They
take a
cut
while,
down
but
all the
it
trees
takes a
down
while.
here.
Say what?
They're starting to cut the trees so they can widen the roads and stuff.
That's also another thing. Like, whenever you want a sign that it's getting warmer out, you will see trees cut everywhere.
I'm about tired of it because y'all keep putting all this extra pollen and crap in the air. Can we plant trees while we cut them?
You would think that, especially in a south where it can get humid in the summer, and who knows, maybe you'd like some shade, but they cut all the trees down. Can't get any.
Yeah. DeMarcus Lawrence, you knew I was going there with this one.
Mm-hmm.
Put a tweet that said, I wish you had the tweet. I should have told you to get the tweet
I can probably get it for you.
about why is one times one one and why is one plus one two? Um, Demarcus,
Those are
Demarcus,
normally conversations you would have to yourself.
keep that in your brain. Keep it in your brain because now I know you're an idiot. What? What do you mean? Why does one plus one equals two? Do you not know what the word addition and multiply mean? And then you had this idiot in the comments just using the Super Bowl to explain one plus one and one times one. I'm like, it was that and Puerto Rico and is a state that really did it this week.
Yes.
The fact that you had people in that comment section trying to explain it. No. And you sound like more of an idiot because it's really too simple for you to explain. If you don't get it, you're just an idiot.
Right.
What do you mean? Why is one times one one? What do you mean? Like, come on, DeMarcus. I was with you when you were going at Michael Parsons. Yeah, and even the original thing. Just if one times one is one, yeah, the whole this pisses me off. I like, bruh, you don't know the difference between addition and multiplication?
It's like this response though. Someone goes, "What are you talking about? Law, logic, things that go through my head." So instead of asking AI, I decided to ask y'all on Twitter. No, don't ask it.
It's not. No, 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 no. You're not gonna do that.
Here you go. Here's your favorite comment. You have one Super Bowl ring because you won one Super Bowl one time. One win times one occurrence equals one ring. When you win next year, it's one win times two occurrences for two rings, or one win plus another win for two rings. And then his dumb self, "You're talking my language." Well, if that's your language, the two of you can keep that.
Take they ass to Pluto, because you he didn't even that whole second half of that was not necessary.
Yeah. Oh God, he's really responded to a lot of these people. One
Law of logic
individual
is
plus
my
one
thinking
individual
process, dog.
is two individuals. One row of one individual is one individual. So you're telling me if I had one dog and multiple that dog by one, that I'm still going to have one dog? Oh, Jesus.
Jesus fucking Christ! Why? I'm like, why? 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 Yes, Demarcus, because one times one is one. Like one times two is two. One times any number is gonna be that number because you're only doing it times one. You fucking idiot.
I mean, he's got people sending him the multiplication table. And he's a grown man. Well, there you go.
One plus one is also equal to, like, one plus one is also equal to one times two. It's both one twice. One is addition, one is multiplication. Like what part of this is hard?
One apple plus one apple equals two apples. If I buy three apples two times, I bought six apples. If I buy one apple one time, I bought one apple. If you buy two apples one time, I didn't buy three apples, I bought two apples.
What?
That's actually the best way I've seen it explained in this little thread. And obviously, that's the one he doesn't reply to.
Because it makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Some
Demarcus.
some people make math way too difficult.
I thought Micah was an idiot, but I see
What
why these two didn't get along.
what to do? Oh, so
Oh,
Kerm,
put
this
his
is a
favorite,
good
put his play, put that tweet back up there. If one plus one equals two, then why is one times one one?
and him attaching this law logic, like stop adding that. But yeah, Kerm, that's where this started.
You had
He
law
thinks he's
logic,
being
and
yeah, he thinks he's being deep with this, but it's not.
it's not deep. It makes you look like you don't know anything. And you're trying really hard to make something sound deep that really isn't that deep. One plus one. You add one to one. One times one. You multiply one.
Mm-hmm.
And one times any number is going to be that number. Just like zero times any number is going to be zero, because you cannot multiply anything by zero. Right.
Hey, not all athletes are geniuses.
Yeah. Every time Cam Newton opens his mouth, yeah,
Right.
I regret that me and him come from the same state. Neglector. And what was the other one? He said something else that was airheaded. It wasn't that long ago either.
Now it's anytime you see a clip of him, it's usually going to lead to that.
This time it was him asking Ray J if he was gay, and Ray J went on this
Weird.
stupid, weird
Oh, weird.
rant. I'm like, that's such a Ray J thing to say. And I'm like, I'm glad he said it with Cam. You two deserve each other.
I mean, I understood Ray J's point where it's like, why do you want to know? It was almost like the Remember the Titans thing when Petey was asking Sunshine. He's like, "Hey, Sunshine, you like that, right?" And he's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." He's like, "You know what I'm talking about." It's like, "Why do you care?" Because I need to know. Why do you need to know? And why would Cam Newton think he could bring Ray J on, get all comfortable, they're smoking and stuff, and then just be like, "Hey, bro, you gay?" Like what? Like what is? How's that relevant to anything you all are talking about?
Because Cam has a an undiagnosed learning disability.
But why does he think that makes good content?
Because at this point he likes people laughing at him.
I mean, okay, it's his platform. This is what he's using it for.
I don't watch it willingly.
I mean, yeah, I
I
don't
just
either.
like
Usually I'm
that.
scrolling and it pops up and I go, well, let's see what dumb thing he said today.
And then it's like, really, Cam? It was neglect. What was the other one? Let me go back through my notes. Because it was something else he said that was absolutely stupid.
Um,
He didn't know what the word mutual meant. He was
oh,
talking to
yeah,
Angela Simmons and
yeah.
and and Angela Simmons that he gave her the itch, and they put her on he was put on to her by a mutual friend, and this big dumbass said, "Do we share this mutual friend?" What do you think the word mutual means, Cam?
If you didn't share it, then guess what? It
It's
wouldn't be a
not
mutual
mutual.
friend.
And Angela just looked at him. I'm like,
Yeah. Look, maybe he had Ray J on because women are starting to tell him no, they're not wasting their time with him.
because they're too smart for him, and he doesn't like it.
Right.
Like, I feel like a rock is too smart for Cam, but that's being mean.
Well, assuming he didn't go to Auburn or Florida or wherever else he went.
He didn't go to school.
Right. He was there for athletics alone.
Anyway, Mr. Hernandez, I'm gonna need you to learn your geography. There are only 50 states. They're not 51. There's 50 states and a handful of territories.
Well, I mean, we do have a president who tried to force Canada to be the 51st state, so
Whoever
I'm sure Canada
that
considered
fool
that
where he
offer
got
for.
hit in the ear by that little piece of metal into the
Hmm.
ear, they didn't aim too far to the left. They aimed a little bit too far. You ain't aim right.
Look, it's. Well, I mean, look, it's also a time where the lack of education in this country is just astounding. So nothing surprises me anymore, even though like the dumbest things you hear every day is like dumber than the day before.
Yes, and I'm like, it's really irritating.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Puerto Rico's not a state. The ESPN app is free. If you don't like Popovich, you're an idiot. Um, the bikini pics and posting on social media does not get women assaulted. Unhinged people assault women. Uh, don't be an idiot. Let's see this. One addition and multiplication are two completely different things, and we don't need to sit here and have these little bright and airheaded conversations. Clearly, Demarcus Lawrence was either hitting a blunt or hitting some or playing in his nose.
Yeah. Look, the main thing is think before you speak, and Google is easily accessible.
How many times have I said that to Mr. Hernandez this week?
You say it pretty often, yeah.
That Google's free.
Yeah.
Free 99.
Mm-hmm.
And to the New Yorkers who come down here and complain, go back to where you came from. We didn't ask you to come here.
There you
Boo. I feel like the New Yorkers are the problem. They have problems with people from Boston. They have problems with people from Philadelphia. Now they're coming down here and causing problems with the natives down here. What?
go. Yeah.
I, I want
While
them
a
to
lot
try
of
that in
them,
California.
it was like while a lot of them are leaving New York to get away from other New Yorkers to just meet them down here.
Yeah, go California, try that.
Yeah.
It's not gonna fly.
Right.
I mean, he could, because Tupac was perfectly fine on the West Coast. But Tupac was a cool dude, so.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's all I had.
Okay. Um.
Oh, no, that's not all I had.
Okay.
Miss Russini, you better hope that your husband don't request a paternity test on that first kid. Girl, you in trouble. You've been cheating on your whole man this entire time. The entire time y'all been married, you've been cheating. You were cheating on him before you even got married.
Yeah. The similarities are definitely out there, and that's why I'm like, I wonder. I, I almost feel like I wonder more about her relationship with her husband necessarily than Mike and his wife, because I feel like a lot of people are clowning him for being with her when people are like pulling up old videos and old texts where it makes it seem like she can't even stand him or whatever. It's almost like, I guess, emasculating him on a public stage.
Mm-hmm.
And look, if he responds one way or the other, like she can't necessarily be surprised. So,
If I'm the husband, I'm leaving her and I'm taking them kids.
I mean, and we'll see if that's what happens. It's definitely a possibility. And
Mm-hmm.
like I said, she can't think she'll be caught off guard with that or anything like that.
Because, you got to deal with that too. The
Hmm.
fact that you married this woman that turned out to be cheating on you the entire time.
Hmm.
And now, because of the timeline, one of the babies that you thought was yours might not even be yours.
I mean, I kind of assume that's probably going to be the next update in the story because now everybody knows the kid's name is Michael. Which, if you're that kid, I'm sure you have questions about why'd you name me Michael?
Oh,
Like,
we
she better
know.
hope she has like a dad or uncle named Michael and she can kind of use that as the story.
It was Michael Andrew, and it was a whole bunch of stuff. And yeah, she ain't slick, and she done.
Yes. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess done in the sense of like working for a reputable place like The Athletic. She'll
Mm-hmm.
probably pop up with a YouTube channel and do her thing, which because she's a recognizable name, like she will become a popular YouTuber or something. But yeah, in terms of her being at the level she was not that long ago as like an esteemed ESPN analyst on ESPN shows and all that, yeah, that time is long gone for her.
Did it to herself.
Yeah.
You knew better.
Hmm. Or she didn't. She definitely wanted to tempt fate way too.
Mm-hmm.
And also with that, I also don't like the fact that like other women reporters or other women in the sports space are like having to answer.
For that.
Yes, because they always get the question like, "So what she did? How does it make you feel about your job?"
That's
If
another
they
thing
are
that Damien said to piss
they're
me
not
off.
caught up in stuff like that, then don't need to ask them that.
That's is another thing that we Damien pissed me off. Like, kind of already assuming that they're gonna go for Malika Andrews next. They're gonna get Malika Andrews next. Why are you assuming that shit? This is
Right.
why I get mad at Russini.
Hmm.
Because then you enable idiots like that. Yes, Damien, I'm calling you an idiot.
But I mean, look, Malika caught a bunch of crap for the Ime story, and I I didn't understand that then. I don't understand why people still hate her so much. Which actually, I guess my final burn was actually going to be that. I'm starting to see a lot of people comparing Ime's situation to Mike Vrabel and talking about how it's not fair. Ime was messing around with somebody up in the front office's wife. That's completely different than Vrabel with a reporter who's not affiliated with the Patriots. I don't know why
Right.
people can't see the difference, but now they're linking the two and trying to act like Vrabel's getting some favorable situation, whereas Ime was let go and villainized. Number one, Ime was let go and was in Houston in no time, so didn't really hurt his.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
But
I,
him being swept by the Lakers is probably gonna
right,
hurt him.
right. So like the Ime people need to worry about that. The fact that he has moved on from Boston and Missoula's doing better there than Ime is doing in Houston. Y'all could worry about that. Plus, it's also a sign that I think people need football to come back because they just have nothing else to pay attention to.
Like I didn't, you know how many times how many versions of the word Vrabel I done muted
Hmm. Yeah,
because you know
I'm at
people
the
can't
point.
spell.
I see a video or anything about it. I scroll straight past it. I don't need anybody else's opinion on the story. But yeah. So that was final burn. I guess the final burn dedicated to one Damien.
Yeah, he
Um,
deserved it. He
yeah,
deserved it. He started off on Monday spewing dumb crap.
yeah.
I'm
So
like, bro,
let's hope 2026 doesn't turn into final burn season of Damien.
well, he'll get an award at the end of the night.
Right. Um, but yeah. So that's usually how we close our show. But before we go, Jory, you got anything you want to let them know that you're working on?
I'm working on a Dirty Diana article. That's her new name now.
Hmm.
I am working on other projects that kind of slowed that up, but I'll have that up this weekend. So yeah, you'll definitely be getting a blog post or two from me this weekend. You'll definitely be getting the actual video from me either this week or next week. But yeah,
Okay. And obviously, the passion of precision. WordPress is, where we have a blog up, articles. I've done some recordings that I've put up there. Wire to Wire also has a new website where you'll find Jory's blog, Jory's articles as well. So check out both. We feel like you'll thoroughly enjoy them, and also helps supporting, letting us know that you like our content outside of these live episodes. I think that's everything. So, obviously next week we will have more playoffs to talk about. I'm sure Jory might be celebrating a Lakers first round win and probably looking ahead to the second round by next week. We'll probably have more on the draft because the draft would have been concluded. And we could give you probably a deeper dive on the teams that did well, the ones that were questioning their motives with their draft picks. And I guess next week we might be ready to talk some WNBA. It'll be right before the season, but maybe we'll do some predictions or something next week for the upcoming season. Maybe some award type, like who do we think will win MVP or win the title and stuff like that. So make sure you guys all come back next week. Let some other people know about the show. Bring them in as well. We enjoy you guys in the chat. Hopefully you enjoy our conversations. Make sure you check out the other shows here on the network. I'll be back on Monday for On the Ball. And then, the other shows, like I said, check them all out. A lot of people, a lot of great conversations on those shows. And for myself and Jory, until next week when we talk to you, enjoy your weekend. We'll see you next Friday. All right. Bye.
Drop dubs, hit routes, so yeah, we on the move. From the paint to the pocket, got nothing to prove. Precision in the pass, rhythm in the run. Every play, every day, till the work is done. Yeah. Step on the field, I'm reading the D. Eyes wide open, ain't fooling me. Pump fake sidestep, I'm breaking the press from baseline to sideline. I'm bringing my best, snap back, quick glance. I'm calling the play, hoop dreams and touchdowns. I'm making my way, no look behind the back. Fred in the scene, every angle, every shout. I'm chasing a dream. Drop times, hit routes in the deep, no doubt. From the field to the hardwood, hear the crowd shout. Pass it, dish it, through traffic. We find